What is going on, guys? I'm Nick, and today we're taking a look at another case for the iPhone 14 Pro. And it's going to be one that I just found while scrolling on Amazon. It's going to be called the Duo version 2 MagSafe case. It's from a brand called Miak. Not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but that is the name right there. You can see it's M-I-A-K. So you can go ahead and pronounce that however you want, or go ahead and correct me in the comments. But you do get a picture of the case itself right there on the packaging, and then a little bit more info down here. It's really just the name for the iPhone 14 Pro and that it's in black. That's gonna be pretty much it for the packaging itself, but let's go ahead and open it up and get right to the case. This case does come in at about $20, so definitely a nice price point for it, especially because of the fact that it has one feature I think a lot of people might really enjoy. So here is the case. You can tell it's a pretty standard clear case. You do get your full camera protection, and the difference about this one is that there's actually little lens protectors built in to each of those lenses. You can see how it's catching the reflection. It wouldn't be doing that if there was no actual glass in front of them. And it is glass. It's not plastic like the back of the case is. You can see that there's no lens on these smaller holes because it's not catching a reflection or anything. But that is why I wanted to cover this case so bad. It is a kind of random brand that I found, but that feature alone made it pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But before I put the phone in, I do want to show you there is air cushions kind of built into the corners of this case. So you can see, let me see if I can go ahead and show you that. There you go. You can see right there that there's air pockets in each corner of the case. So it is going to give you a little bit better protection when it comes to corner drops. So let's go ahead and grab the phone, which is right here, the iPhone 14 Pro in space black, and let's snap it right into the case. It snaps in extremely easily, and there it is. Super nice fit, and you can tell that those cameras are fully covered. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at that. You can see right there, I did probably smudge the lenses a little bit, but again, a nice little microfiber cloth. And you can go ahead and clean those up really easily, just like that. I don't usually run lens protectors because I'm always wiping down the lenses, and I don't totally feel the need for it. But for those people that love lens protectors and feel the need for them, this case is a super easy recommend. But let's go ahead and get right into it, starting with a little bit of protection. Of course, where we usually take a look first would be the cameras, but you can see the lenses are going to be fully secured. They have their own lens protector built in now, and even if they didn't, they still have a very solid lip going up all the way around them. And it is not a plastic housing. It is actually a small little metal ring that goes around, and you do get a little branding from the brand, as you can see right here, Miak. Again, not totally sure how to pronounce that, but there it is. Moving over to the front, you do get a somewhat minimal screen lip. I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here, so that is going to affect it slightly. If you don't have one, you'll see more of a lip, but if you are running one, this is pretty much what you're expecting. Moving over to the sides, you can see you get a little oval cutout for a mute toggle switch. It is kind of small, but still easy to get to right there. You have metal volume buttons right here, as you can see there. They are really nice. I would say they're aluminum buttons, and we can listen to those. They do seem to be floating buttons, as I've noticed while testing them out, and they're super tactile. Moving over to the sides, you can see there's actually grip that is built into the case right here. You can see all these little ridges that are right there. Let me go ahead and get this in focus for you guys. Right there. You can see that all these little lines, you can actually feel those. They are textured, and they do add a decent amount of grip. Nothing crazy, but it's definitely a nice to have. Now if we look down here, you do get a little lanyard hole. There's no lanyard included, but you can add one to the case if you would like to do so. You can see that that grip goes all the way around the corners right here. As we make our way to the bottom, you can see you do get a super nice rectangle shaped cutout for your lightning port. Absolutely love that. And then here for the speaker and the microphone holes, we see something we actually haven't seen before, and these are sort of like grills that cover both the speaker and the microphone. I have not noticed any kind of sound quality change when it comes to speakers or microphone. When I'm on the phone with people, they don't say I sound muffled or strange or anything like that. So I'm actually a big fan of this kind of change they've taken, and I hope to see more cases implement this kind of look. I'm definitely a fan of the look of it. Moving over to the right side, you get pretty much just that grip all the way around, and then another metal button for your power button. And you can see that is also a very nice tactile button. Looking over at the top, you just keep that grip. Now, I don't think it's totally necessary over on the top of the phone, but still definitely a nice to have. Now I do want to try the wobble test on this case, just because I'm not sure how that camera protection is going to affect it. So we have it down at the bottom, and we're typing over here where your keyboard is normally going to be. Pretty much no wobble or extremely minimal wobble. It's not going to be up until you get to that top left corner. That you can see you do get a pretty crazy amount of wobble. But then again, that's not really the case's fault. The lenses on this phone are just huge at this point, so that's pretty much a guarantee. As for the fit test, this isn't really like a silicone case, it's more rigid than that. You do get a little bit of pull over on the volume buttons and the power button, a tiny bit at the top, and definitely some at the lightning port cutout, but nothing that's too crazy. I definitely trust the fit, and it's nothing that I would complain about. Of course, the case also does have MagSafe integrated, so we have to do our MagSafe test, starting with the Spigen OMAG ring right here, which is a phone grip and stand in one. This is an accessory I use pretty much on the daily, and here we go. Snaps on just fine, as you can see. And even for a somewhat budget case, a $20 case, those are some decent magnets on there for sure. I actually can't get this phone to fly off right now, and then if we put it down, I have used it in this mode a lot. You can tap away at it and it's not going anywhere. I do feel that the sort of silicone material on the back of this grip sticks really well to this clear case material. So it's not the magnets doing all the work, it's definitely that silicone kind of gripping this plastic material as well. So that's very nice to see. We do also have to test wireless charging, of course. We're going to use the Apple MagSafe battery pack, a little bit of strength as well. So snap it on. You can see, let's see if we can get that animation for it. Give it a second, snap it back on. And it is charging. Doesn't give you that little Apple animation for some reason. Let's see if we can try it one more time. And it's not going to, but you can see that it is charging right there. You can see the little lightning bolt pop up next to the percentage. So now let's go ahead and test out a little bit of strength. It is easy to pull it off, but same thing as the grip. I feel as though the silicone sort of soft material on the back of this battery pack is adhering to the clear case material very well. So right here, smacking on my hand, simulating a drop like that, you can see it's not going anywhere. I think if it's a high enough drop, it probably will drop the battery pack, but just a simple pocket drop, it's not going to fly off. So definitely like the adhesion there. And then the last test, or not last test, but one of the most important to me is the Apple MagSafe wallet test. I do run this wallet pretty often, so I have to be able to trust my case with it. We did get the animation that time for it, and this one, I have actually used this case out in public with this wallet already, and I didn't have any issues, but I was a little worried. It doesn't tend to stick as well to the clear case material because there's obviously no sort of silicone on here or anything like that like the other accessories, but simulating a drop, wallet's not going anywhere, and I can gladly say that I did not lose my wallet taking it out on this case. I definitely trust this case with my wallet, and it's super nice to see that the strength stays there. Our last MagSafe test, of course, is going to be using this heavy anchor charging stand. We're going to see if this case's magnets can go ahead and lift this. So here we go, we're going to snap it right on, and you can see it's not going to be able to hold it a ton, but I can shake it a good amount before it actually loses that sort of adhesion it holds on to. So definitely some very strong magnets and nothing to scoff at. I'm a big fan of this case. Again, I'm not a huge fan of lens protectors, but go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if you are. I'll give you guys one last look around the case and then we'll call it a day for this one. So of course, there's not a ton to talk about when it comes to the cameras because they do have built-in lens protectors. So the lip isn't going to be as important, but there is still one there to take note of. So your cameras aren't completely on their own. Definitely nice to see that. Moving over to the front, you do get a somewhat minimal screen lip, but I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here, so it's something to take note of. Over here on the volume button side, you do get those grips that run along the entire outside of the phone, a small oval shaped cutout for the mute toggle switch, your aluminum buttons for the up and down volume. Then a little lanyard cutout right here. Again, lanyard is not included. You would have to supply your own if you wanted to use one. Then moving down to the bottom, you get your rectangle shaped lightning port cutout. Absolutely love that. And then these grills, which cover the speaker and the microphone cutout. Again, I haven't noticed any change in quality for the speaker or the microphone. Moving over to the power button side, again, just the grip strip, and then your also metal power button. Nothing over on the top except that grip. That's going to be pretty much it for this one, guys. I hope you all liked it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. You want to see more, remember to subscribe. And if you have any recommendations at all for any kind of accessories, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. This is an awesome one, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.